tip number 1 is you want to give your learning table some characteristics. So I like to change the fonts up. So sometimes I may use the font that is designated to that particular theme. So here, this is the actual font that they use for their logo. And so it looks really cute. They have like the crowns in between it. And if you want to know how to upload a font into Design Space, I have a video on my YouTube channel for that. This one in particular is not a mini Mickey Mouse font, but the name of this font is Marker Felt. So it was just a cute font that I found in Cricut. And for this one as well, that is the same one. And then as you see, we go over to this Paw Patrol one, and this is the actual Paw Patrol font that I uploaded into Design Space to make this one. And then this one, this is a Bratz font, and this is so cute. So if you're struggling, or even if you're not, this is a good video for you. So if you're not getting sales, you don't really have people to show what you offer, like the designs that you offer, how you can make them, etc. So what you don't want to do is waste a table and make an actual table. So what you want to do is go into Design Space or wherever you create your template set, and you want to go ahead and make a template, and you can put like a fake name, and then you want to go ahead and post it on your social media, like who child likes blah blah blah, and even maybe do like a $10 off or $5 off if someone gets this character, just so you can start building your portfolio. People go to people that have a large portfolio. They like to see work. So if you don't have work, that's the problem. So start by making different layouts with different characters, putting fake names in it, and posting it, making a cute flyer, or even just posting it and doing a nice caption like you know, who wants this, or even Christmas is coming up, like, okay, Christmas is coming up, I know your kids like Peppa Pig, you know. And then also they need to know why they should buy this learning table from you. Yes, it's cute, but how will it help their child? How will it help their grandchild? How will it help their godchild? So break it down. Like whatever you put on the table, let them know like, hey, this can be traced. This will help them learn ABCs. This will help them learn how to write their name out. This will help them learn their colors. Like, and it's so many different things on the learning table that they can do other than the pieces that you put on there. You can have them point to things. You can say, hey, you can ask them to point to the table or circle this or whatever it is. So you want to let them know how they can use the product that you're selling. So if you guys want more tips on learning tables, how to design, how to market yourself, selling the learning tables, where to market at, and how to actually make the learning table itself after you design it, and a whole bunch of other things that I've just kind of picked up. Learning table tip number 3. So if you have a light color like this that you're using, and you don't want to sand, or you don't have the materials to sand, you want to go ahead and spray the full table with one color that sticks well. So this green really went well on the table without me having to sand. And then you want to go ahead and go over the top, and so you can see it's sitting pretty well, better than what it would have sat before if I just went without it. And so I will have to go over this maybe once or twice, but that is what it looked like without me doing that other layer first. So always spray another layer before with a different color, like a white or whatever color you're using, and then let it dry, and then go over with the really light color. Learning tables tip number 4. So of course it's getting cold outside, and it's getting harder to spray paint, especially when you have to go back over and do another layer. So I know you've all gotten these cracks on your tables, and you've probably thrown them away, or you probably grabbed another one and started over. But no longer doing that after you watch this video. So I'm going to show you guys that these are still usable with the crack. So I have my resin, and I'm going to place some resin on top of the crack. And so here's me placing the resin over this crack here. And it's gone. You can't see it. It was never there. Here's another one. All right. So from now on, you guys, don't throw out your tables. Don't waste any money. Don't start over. Just do as regular. Once you put your printing cuts and your vinyls on top and put your resin on, I promise you, it will look like the cracks were never there. Like and comment and follow me for more learning table tips, y'all. Here is the proof, you guys, that after you add your resin layer, that you will not see the cracks caused by the coldness of having to go over your spray painted table. So here is me just basically putting the resin on. I'm going to let it cure for 8 to 24 hours. And here's the finished product. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. No cracks to be found, so stop throwing away the tables and starting over and wasting money, y'all. Learning table tip number 5. So today I'm going to show you how to place these hands on your table and make sure they are aligned exactly how you have them before you place them. So what you want to do is you want to lift up just a little bit of the bottom of the hand, and you want to grab you a pair of scissors. And so what I'm going to do is basically just cut that paper. And so I'm going to go ahead and lift this one up as well to continue cutting. Okay. So this is what it's going to look like. You're going to have a little bit of that sticker left that you can sit on the table. So now I'm going to go to my table and I'm going to place it where I want it to sit at. So about right there should be good for me. So I'm going to go ahead and just press down so this sticker can adhere to the table. So I have both hands adhered to the table. So you want to bend this over gently. You want to grab the middle and you just want to pull it. And I gotta clean that edge off, but you basically just want to pull it and lay it down, and you didn't have to take both of them off and try to figure out the spacing. So this was a quick tip. If you're not following me, go ahead and hit that plus sign, and if you are, y'all know I drop tips all the time, so stay tuned for the next learning table tip. Learning table tip number 6 is to put you some painter's tape up under your table, so that way the resin sticks to that and not to the table, and you have to sand it. And you want to leave it on until the table is fully cured. So this is cure, but right here, this one spot, y'all, I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna have to resin the whole table over, which is fine. But if I would have had took that painter's tape off before I realized this, I would have been upset because I would have had to do all 4 sides again with painter's tape. So put you some painter's tape up on your learning table. It will stop the resin from dripping at the bottom and looking all ugly, and then you having to go back in and sand. Learning table tip number 7. So as you can see, I use the Rust-Oleum. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's not the point of the video. So you see this 2X Ultra Cover Paint Plus Primer. All my spray paints already have the primer included, and all of them are 2X. So with that 2X, you're going to be using less spray paint, and it's going to lessen your chances of having to sand your table unless you're using a very, very light color, maybe one like this color. So or you can check out my page. I have another tip on how to get away without sanding if you're using a light color. But pick up the 2X. You will not regret it. Don't use the regular spray paint anymore. Learning table tip number 8, guys. So if you're having troubles where your spray paint is just coming out too much and going on your other color too much, you want to go ahead and spray the first color, let it dry, and then get you a cardboard box and sit it there. And so what it will look like is this when you get done. So I don't really go for straight edges, but I didn't want to keep this pink from flowing over here into this darker pink, especially with the wind blowing. So I just went ahead and let this dry and then came back out and put it here and just basically did like that. So I'm gonna take it up. It's not perfect because I'm holding it and recording, but basically it will look like that. So I'm gonna actually move this down a little bit more and then spray paint and show you what it's gonna look like. Okay, so this is what it will look like. Normally I have a little spray paint ombre effect going on, but with this wind and this weather, I'm having to make do what I gotta do. So it's gonna be a little straight line, which is perfectly fine for me anyway. It looks better kind of like this way anyway for me. So I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna do a splatter effect, so you guys stay tuned for the next video. If you make learning tables and learning chairs, please stop and look at this. So I removed the dripping resin with scissors and sander, and now I'm going to put this 1 minute artificial clear nail polish under it to see if this will stop it from peeling and chipping without having to go over with a whole nother layer of resin and let it dry for 24 hours, y'all. And look, it's not peeling anymore. It's not doing anything. It's not moving, y'all. This is such a lifesaver. Go get you some little cheap nail polish from Walmart. It will save you tons of time from having to go back over this, y'all. So, thank me later, guys.